I don't think it should be a good.
It's gonna be probably no less than 6, no more than 10,000.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, give me a number, and I'll put it in there.
Well, I make a motion that we lower his personal salary, but not anything to do with the sheriff's department. Because I don't think we're gonna get anywhere unless we get his attention. I'm sorry to say that, but we've tried about everything that's been done, and we've been done. And as far as these vehicles, he hasn't been doing due diligence getting them fixed. We probably had some warranty that could have been handled, but he doesn't look ahead. And that's sad. I wish he did. There's a lot of things he can do, but his inability to communicate with us, that's sad.
What did he do with the transmission on that one? Did he take it over here? Or
Well,
did he
we
take it to the
got
shed?
a motion, we almost need a second, we're
Okay.
gonna have a discussion about it. Is there anybody want to do a second that?
I'll second it, but I don't want it. What's the amount gonna be?
Well, now that you second, we can have a discussion. Personally, I don't think you can even think of doing that without documentation. Because you got salary schedule,
Appropriating federal funds isn't,
you got documentation on it, written paperwork, you're gonna have to prove it.
you know that it made the states, the US Attorney's Office, and it got hidden by BCI?
No, I don't, you gotta prove that.
And the other thing, a question I have, is I've asked before what we do with this, and the question's always been, we deal with it at budget. This has been how many years, and I brought it up budget, and you don't have to do it for me, but my taxpayers are asking questions. And I know I'm supposed to let it roll off my back, I'm not even talking about that, I'm talking about some real serious issues here. So, from now on, if we don't want to fix anything at the budget, don't say that, please, because then I won't pursue it.
So are you saying just not give them the raise? I mean,
No, I think we should drop him 20%. With him coming in and having a discussion. Because the last thing we got from him was, he wants an agenda from us before he comes to a meeting. So basically, we're being told that he's gonna play the game hard he wants to, and we ain't got no say. And I will give him, I give him that agenda, but at the bottom of the agenda, I would put question and answers as part of the agenda. Because, I believe he's trying to get done with his employees that he's trying to get done, but with all the other things that have been going on, he's holds nothing to nobody. And I understand that the sheriff has got the total authority in the county. But when you have different people saying, we hope he doesn't show up at the accidents and stuff, we hope it's a deputy, I think that's something that sends a message. That's where I'm at. Most people have to work with it. We
You
don't.
understand what I'm saying about
Oh, yeah.
documentation?
I follow it
You're working
totally.
on hearsay,
Yeah,
which isn't gonna hold up.
I know, I realize that.
but you're basically more on communication and different things too.
Yes, I want to see some
He's trying
communication.
to make him so he comes and at least talks to us.
Well, I agree.
What do we do to make him come to talk to us, is what Brian is trying to do, in a nice way. Do we have to get?
That is a big problem.
Yes. There's 5 elected officials right here, he's only one.
Right.
And there's all these fire departments in Harvey, and Bowden, and Pheasant. You're on them, you know what goes on. Why can't he come to the table and talk to us? Do we gotta do this to make him come to the table and talk to us? How are we gonna make this work?
I've been on enough boards over the past, reducing someone's salary has never job, so instead of giving him 4,000, you're gonna give him 3,000 to coach this season. And in turn, he's gonna be better now. That sounds good on paper, it doesn't work.
But it's real money.
Well, it is, but
It's money, but it's not gonna fix the problem, I don't think at all.
So then we're just gonna live with this.
No, I agree with one thing, figure out a way to get in the meeting and discuss that.
And, you know, I don't think, you know, I've never heard anyone ask for him to divulge information about a case. The stuff he can't talk about.
no, you're right.
Okay? But, yeah, I think there's some things that you could do, you know, talk about your programs, talk about your initiatives, talk about, you know, what your status is of your automobile fleet, not just come when there's a problem, but hey, that pickup's got 119,000 miles on it now. These are things that you need to know, not when the engine blew up and when the transmission went out. Okay, what are we talking about here? All right, now I can go on my computer and I can find out how many hours are on every one of our blades, for example. I can tell the last time the oil was changed. I can tell, you know, I can tell all these things. Can't do that with those cars. And when I say I don't care. Okay, it isn't my deal.
That's right.
It is for you guys, though.
Right.
Because when they come and want to buy something, what do you want to know? What are you going to use it for? Are you getting rid of something? What are you going to get for it? Why are you looking to make a change? Those are things that you should want to know. So I think there's plenty that he could come in and talk about, and not just come in and say, hey, we hired a new deputy.
Oh, I agree. So we got a motion on the floor. Do you want to repeat what that was again, so we know what we're...
I want to reduce his personal wages by 20%. With the added statement that we would like to discuss this with him before we do it.
Okay, that's the motion. Any other discussion on it? Any other discussion?
I'm a little confused now with the motion.
You what?
I'm a little confused about the motion. So you might reduce it 20%, or you're gonna reduce it,
Depending on his communication.
so you might. When you have a motion to reduce something maybe, and what's gonna determine,
So we're gonna just communicate at the next meeting and then,
We could have a special meeting, whatever you guys want to do, but something has to get done. And if you want to change the motion, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm just trying to figure out how this would work.
Okay, then can I state it this way? We would like to reduce your personal salary by 20%, but you have an alternative to come visit with us about it to see if we will for sure do it or not.
it's too employers.
But I think it brings him to the table. He's got options. If he doesn't come to the table,
Or you wanna make it, we'll leave your salary as presented if you agree to come to,
The table for discussion.
visit with us 12 times in the next year. Or something
Quarterly.
specific. Well, quarterly, we have a monthly meeting.
Right.
He should be,
And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't even have
But-
to be him, it can be a deputy.
well, he sent Janelle a time or two.
Right.
No, it really should be him.
Well, it should, but at least somebody from the department would be nice.
so can we put in there that possible reduction if things aren't done. Because if you're just saying he's gotta come here every month and talk to us, that doesn't have a lot of meat. It's gotta be something that he understands he could lose, is my point. Because he's got, at this point, he's got it set, he can do pretty much what he wants with us, unless we say different. And if we just say, well, if you're a good boy, you still get your allowance. Well, he's been doing that for a long time. And I think there has to be some teeth in it. Whatever you guys decide, I've said my piece. Whatever you guys want to do with it, is your game.
But you made the motion, and the devil here is in the
Then
details.
you gotta vote on it. If you don't vote on it, then it's.
I'm not sure what we're gonna vote on here.
So are we gonna rescind it and come to something different?
Dan's used a whole sheet of paper up with me on the computer trying to decipher all this. What is the original motion?
And you can tell me if this is wrong, but I just, to reduce the sheriff's salary by 20% due to unwillingness to communicate with the commission, stipulation would require the ongoing communication to restore it to its budgeted level. I don't know if I did justice to that or not, but that's, I guess, what I heard.
Clear as I'm hearing it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good for changing it 3 times or whatever.
Is that okay with your motion?
Yep. And
Okay,
I guess I'm gonna call it a pre-budgeted level because I just, that clarifies it for me personally. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
So if anybody has no other discussion, we'll vote on it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
I'm not comfortable with either, so I'd say aye also, but I think we should find an avenue to get in there to discuss this.
Yes, Brian, I think you have a valid point. And something needs to be done. It's just
You gotta try something.
how, you know,
And it's just simple communication is what it is.
this is a public meeting on camera.
Right.
Maybe he gets the message that we've had some serious discussion about his lack of communication with the commission, and that he needs to change that avenue going forward.
Hopefully.
would you say that failed 2-2? That's as near as I can.
Oh, I thought you said aye.
He didn't know.
Oh,
He hasn't said.
I'm
Well, us
sorry.
three said aye.
I'm sorry.
No, I said no.
Oh,
You said, the two of you said, I'm gonna call for a roll call.
Well, I think we'll call for a vote again. I'm sorry, I thought you said aye.
You can abstain.
All right.
Hold on here.
All right. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
I didn't think you said it.
I thought you did.
Okay, now you can, if you're going roll call.
Okay, let's do it again. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye. Brian Love doing nice.
All those not in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
And aye.
My reasoning, just 20% is too much, and yeah, he needs to come communicate with it. We gotta find a different way, I think,
I do too. And I think it's become a legal issue. I really do.
Well, it's out there now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's out there
So,
now.
but the motion states that if he comes and communicates, doesn't make it, then we will probably let him go. Is what I'm getting at. He needs to come.
So he comes with the lawyer, and the lawyer
That's
says,
fine.
you guys are opening up a can of worms. But yeah. strongly suggest he comes to the next meeting.
Could an option be not giving him the normal raise until he communicates with us for the next
Yeah,
6 meetings?
That'd be a lot less than 20%. But this motion's already done.
Well, it is, but
Yeah,
you
he
certainly
just-
can
Yeah,
do something.
he just won again, you guys gotta realize that. He still gets his allowance, even though he's a bad boy. I'm sorry I think that way, but I grew up, black is black and white is white. And I guess I'm standing to that.
All right, let's turn the page here and go to 2.2, which is,
We're gonna put something in here for Ward for the part-time.
yeah,
You put five, five should be good.
I think so too.
all right, next page, J&T. No doubt, we need some dollars on both of those lines. I don't think either one of those lines is necessary. We still have a good amount of money on our jail and transportation on our balance sheet. So you can see what we did last year. We put these exact same numbers in last year. We put 10,000 and 90,000. We reduced it to 1,000, which might be a little bit low, and we reduced the 90 to 39 to make it an even 40. So, you know, is it possible to spend $100,000 on J&T in a year? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we also have $200 and some odd thousand already on our balance sheet. So I mean, you don't need to have this much money.
No, I'm not mechanical banking something just for the sake of, in case.
Because if they need it, they're gonna come to us anyway.
And if,
Well, I don't call it general fund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and if we were gonna build a jail, yeah, you better have your resources in place, but I don't know that that's the case, so. The question is, what's the right amount? And I guess that's what you guys do.
What's the, oh, we don't have a balance sheet. What's in the balance right now?
The most recent one we have, balance sheets. J&T. At the end of July, it was $294,655.95.
You know, when you look back at the actual expenses of 25 at 82,000, that historically is high, right? There was one or two people that were in rugby a long time. So we've got, let's be pessimistic and say we're gonna spend 80 grand a year out of here, we get 259. I'd really reduce that.
I do too, because, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't a lot of it done on FaceTime instead of going and getting them and bringing them to court?
Yeah, well, they do some of that stuff now.
Which saves a lot of money.
They still bring people here to go to work and stuff like that, but it's the incarceration.
It's staying in rugby is the big dollar.
Yeah,
That's the
okay.
82,000, the
Okay,
transportation's minor.
So even using this as your guide, if you spent 86 in 2025, in my estimation, with almost 300,000 there, you don't need more than half of that. You need about what we did a year ago, in my estimation.
Let that even out.
I suggest make that 30. We'll make it back to 90 next year.
Sure.
We got all this tier.
You do this every year, so you
Yeah.
got to
Right.
push.
30.
30 on, okay.
Total?
Yeah. Divvy it up however you want, 5 and 25.
I'm gonna go 28 and 2.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
911, same thing. I don't know if that database is, I'd have to look at it and extrapolate it over the course of a year, but 85 might be a tad bit low, but it is what it is. Whatever they tell you the bill is, you gotta pay it. You don't get a choice on that. So we put 26 in there, the request was, or 92, excuse me, the request was for 85, so she must know something I don't know. So that page would appear to be okay. And then the next page, which is the last page, this has not been returned to me for several years now. So I do the best I can with it, but I can write any number on a piece of paper. It makes no difference at the end of the day what the number is. What you need is a department that's going to try and do what they can to stay within that budget. Okay? I realize that, that I can like a match to this. It has no value. It's just a piece of paper. So if we're going to go out and hire 2 more guys part-time because we need to do this, or we're going to go out and buy this piece of equipment or that piece of equipment, whether it's in your budget or not, doesn't matter. This is my point going all the way back to the beginning of this conversation. There has to be a thoughtful approach to what is it that we're trying to do, okay? And what is it going to take in order to do that? Now, I might be wrong on the cost of fuel here, although history tells me if I go back to 2025, we only spent 125 grand on that, so I'd have 225 in there. It's going to get very expensive. Okay. But, and I don't think it's done going up yet. Okay, but that said, again, this doesn't matter. And if Brent doesn't want to or doesn't feel comfortable doing this, then come sit down in that chair and have a conversation with me so I can do something that we might be able to live with, that might be realistic, etc. So what I'm not including in here is the dollars that we would pay out to if that old 52 project goes forward. Okay,
Right.
That's not in here. You don't put that in here because that's going to come from prairie dog dollars and things of that nature. So there you can see the 3 on the far right that have the asterisks that are all going to get that automatic dollar because they're at milestone years. So, and then basic average cost, $252.88 for your hourly labor every hour, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. That's how you come up with that. And then you add in the foreman salary. So the only number that I'm totally confident on is the top one. Okay. That's the one I'm confident about. Short of hiring more people. So anyway, that is all of these pages.
Well, that's kind of a big part of Brent's job is this sheet. He needs to do that.
I'm surprised that doesn't.
Yeah, he didn't do it last year either.
He hasn't done it
It's been, I think the first year I was here, we came in this afternoon.
That's just, yeah.
So, and again, they're just numbers on a piece of paper, but,
What does he say when you ask him about this?
well, I asked for it and I never get an answer. That's all. I just don't get one. And so I'm of the mindset, I don't need another meeting any more than I need to get answer that. But I want to know where we're going. I don't want flavor of the month. That's really what my point is here. Okay, so we're planning to chip seal over by Harvey. Yep, okay, I know about that. All right, haven't got the bill for the oil yet, haven't got the bill for the chips yet, okay, but I expect that those are coming. Okay? What I didn't expect was the $15,000 culvert pieces that I got here. I don't know anything about it. I don't know where they were put, I don't know what they were for, etc. I just got a bill. And then I got a bill from Suzanne's for whatever they're doing for $20-some thousand. And, okay, I don't care, it's not my business. But I would, when the bill comes, I'd like to kind of expect it.
Well,
I know I'm
you gotta know the reason, you should know the reason for it, how you memo it, or, you know what I mean? There should be a,
So,
Yeah.
and you're gonna approve those bills on September 8th. Do you know what they are? Maybe you do, I don't know.
I know what the call is.
Okay.
What's the call? I don't know what Sue said.
at that point, you ask the question. What is it
Right,
for?
I know,
But
I was told.
If Brent's not there, Dan doesn't know, because we're talking real money here.
Yeah.
Communication is still a game.
But see, here,
Well, right, and
I
that's big part of his job.
want to explain, that's why I wasn't comfortable with that other department,
Yeah, you wanna cut his salary 20%?
because you got the same situation.
Same
That's
situation
why
here.
Oh,
And
and
it
if
is-
he hears that, he'll get it.
Well, but the point
Okay,
is, you
yeah,
can't pick
well,
one without the other.
Well, I wanted to do that, but I figured somebody else would, so. I mean, pick, because we do have a lot of capable people in the road department. We know that, and we're very thankful for it. But, a little communication sure wouldn't hurt.
Well, and even if you would say that I'm just, and I'm alluding
Right.
to Dan, or even one of us, docs the portfolio, I'm just not comfortable putting these dollar amounts, then ask for help. Ask for input
And
from
I-
other people.
I think you're exactly right, and I think that's where it's at.
Right. If he doesn't know, so some people, whatever the job description is, are not comfortable in certain aspects of it.
And with-
And this might be one of them.
And that department can change from year to year
Oh, my.
drastically with the weather
That's right.
and whatever, so, yeah.
You know, and a lot of these, in this versus a lot of other departments, can vary greatly. You know, like Dan just said, how much you gonna spend on fuel next year?
Well, that's,
He could have got on here and said, Dan, there's the deal coming. Easily could have sent him a text.
Well, I agree, I totally agree with that.
I mean, it's
But
not like the old days when they didn't have that.
you can certainly say, where this is difficult to do, and you just not.
and we know he's on the phone a lot.
You know,
But my point is, what 6 things are focus and priority next year? Okay, if the furnace goes out here, that wasn't a focus or a priority.
No.
Okay, it happened,
Right.
All right, gotta deal with it, because you can't not have it. But what is our focus and priority? We tried this. We sat down, I think it was at the cafe one time, because we wanted to, okay, what's gonna be our focus? And this is at least 18 months ago, I know you were there. Wouldn't you guys kind of want to know that? I don't need to know it, but I feel like I'm kind of a facilitator for the
Right.
county.
You're kind of
And
yeah.
okay, I'm kind of a middleman. I'm not gonna go running a blade or driving a truck or whatever. I'm not gonna be involved in that. I don't need to know.
No, correct.
But you are.
But you kind of
Right.
need to know.
But you are involved with it in a lot of ways, because you gotta set the budgets, you gotta do all the stuff, and you're the one that's gonna ask the questions, because that's part of your job, to know
Big
what's
part
going
is
on.
you gotta pay the bills.
Right, what I'm saying is if somebody's not looking at that, man, they could send all kinds of bills in here, and you say, oh, yeah, pretty soon, ooh,
So
where'd it go?
the bill that I received, it came from Pat Deal Trucking. Okay, it's $14,000 or $15,000 or whatever. He could have sent that to me in error.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
Okay, he installed it in the township and just assumes it's a county thing and not a township thing. I don't know if it is or isn't, because nobody told me about it. Now, apparently you know about it, and it sounds like it must be a legit county thing.
That's like a call.
But I just paid the
The
bill.
last one down there by the old Alfred Labor Farm. That cement box culvert.
Oh, yeah.